Soft Flock. So this isn't a new product, and it's one that we've had for a couple of years. And even better than that, there are 20 colors to choose from. It's got incredible texture and just a little bit of dimension. But what's really creating some conversation is when people actually get to touch this product at in-person events, and the fact that you can layer it. So today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to not only use flock on garments or accessories, but just how simple it is to layer this product. All right, guys, if you have been or had the opportunity to go to a trade show, visit with Transfer Express or Stahls, then you have this ability to see all of these samples in person, touch and feel the products, feel the way that our materials lay on garments or accessories or headwear. And that really creates or sparks this whole idea of something that you can do, go back and create for your customer. When it comes to video, it's our job to make sure that you understand just how easy it is to use these products, but also give you the best way to really bring them to life. Not only is this going to always put you in the front lines of really understanding trends and the reliability that customers can come to you knowing that you're going to give them a great product, but it also gives you the ability to go to your customers and say, listen, this is what's trending in the market, and I guarantee this is what your customers, your people, your team is going to want to wear. We create products and we want our customers to want to wear them. So with Soft Flock, people are always shocked that one, it doesn't crumble or fall apart. It's super easy to work with. There's no mess except for weeding if you're cutting on your own. And the biggest shocker is that it can be layered, and that it can be layered on top of other materials, or other materials can actually be layered on top of flock. So we've created a single color design, super easy, 311 degrees, medium pressure, warm peel, 15 seconds in terms of application time, and extremely easy to work with. Now, before we dive into layering, just know this is a rolled material. So you can order as little as 1 yard, bring that in-house. As long as you have a vinyl cutter, you can cut that, weed it, and play with this material all day. The cool thing, you can also upload your artwork. We will cut and weed and send you the transfer back ready to be applied. So if you're going, stop, Kelly, I do not want to weed any material anymore, just trust me when I say you're going to love the lightweight, the texture, and just how cool you can really make some transfers and designs come to life. So let's go ahead and hop into decorating a 2-layer soft flock design. The design that we're doing is very traditional, but it's also very trendy right now. Kind of an oversized, nice block, shoulder to shoulder type of print on a sweatshirt, a quarter zip, any type of really cozy garment, and even some nice, thick, heavyweight tees. So yes, we are tailored more towards the sport market, but just keep in mind, this is something that can easily be transitioned into retail designs, or of course, left chest logos for any type of business. If you're thinking outside of the box and you're going, okay, what else can I do besides sweatshirts and t-shirts, towels, blankets, headwear, backpacks, jackets, Sherpa, sweater fleece, sweatsuits, right? The list goes on. It's very soft, but the softer the garment or accessory, just remember that the texture of the flock is going to help mimic the texture of whatever textile you're decorating. So let's go ahead and get set up. With our tag-along platen, we have the ability to thread our garment. This is a crew neck from Comfort Colors, and with kind of the multicolor print, a little bit of tonal since we're going to be using black as our first layer of soft flock, it just complements each other well. So from the texture, the style, the pattern of the garment mixed with the colors of our flock. Now, if you are looking and trying to think of ways to get creative with spirit wear, applique is huge right now. So I'll repeat it again. Applique is huge, from flock to twill, to felt, anything that gives that really nice traditional, and dare I say, kind of retro look is extremely popular. So if you're looking for ways to really go in front of schools and create spirit wear that's a little unique, then definitely keep this product in mind. Now, with our first layer, we've already done all of the weeding. So like I said, if weeding is not your thing, then just know you can upload your art. We'll send it to you ready to be applied. I am going to find the center of my transfer. Line it on the center of our garment. I'm going to bump this up just a hair. I like to go about 4 fingers down, especially with slightly oversized prints. I don't want them too far up at the neck, but that is just my preference. So now, because we also have an arch, we want to make sure that this is as straight as possible, saying that we can't really tell that, you know, our line is telling us that it's straight here, but you want to make sure the curve is also straight. Now, this is going to be a tack for 10 seconds. So I'm going to adjust my time, set at 10, and then the final application, which is going to be the top layer, is going to be set for 15 seconds. Now, with a warm peel, what I strongly recommend is let it cool off for just a couple of seconds and then touch. If it's way too hot, let it cool down just a little bit more. But if it gets too cold, then you might have the chance of lifting your material off of your garment. And if it's too hot, then the carrier isn't going to release from the flock. Now, by using just black, we've created more of a tonal look, but because of this garment having a couple of different colors mixed in with the pattern, it really kind of makes it look like it's not just a 2-color design. 2-color meaning garment 1 color and then application as a second. Going in with our top. Now, like I said, it's super, super easy to work with this product. You don't have to worry about gaps or outlines, garment show through. You definitely can, but because this material has the ability to marry each other and lay on top, with knowing that there's going to be quality in washing, you can keep your applications as simple as possible. Now, as you see, we've got some garment show through right here, on this design around the paw, but we do have some red flock layering over the black paw. Now, this is not on top. This will be outside and around, making sure that this stays pretty thin. But this material is still so easy to work with and has some great movement on a garment that it's not going to feel super rigid, say something like poly twill will be. Now, remember, this is the full time for 15 seconds. And it's still going to be a warm peel. So not too hot to the touch, but definitely not chilled or cooled down. So again, just going to give it a quick second. If you start to notice any lifting, we don't have any, then you want to make sure that you put the carrier right back down and make sure that it cools down. That way it can adhere properly. So not only do we have a 2-color design, really trying to bring out that applique look, but it's also very soft. We've got some dimension and of course some garment show through with this really cool pattern of this comfort color sweatshirt. Now, quickly before we go on to the next application, because we are going to mix some media. If you've watched some of my videos, you know how I love really bringing in different dimension and textures and mixing media to bring something to life. So this is what the sweatshirt turned out completed. And yes, of course, this could easily be screen print. This could be direct to film. This could be a very thin vinyl like Ultra Wheat or Premium Plus. But there's just something really unique and cool about adding a little bit of dimension, but really adding some cool texture. All right, so yes, I brought up applique. So how could I not use some type of twill mixed with flock, right? I mean, come on. So we're gonna use Chroma twill as our first layer. Now, with the carrier, you can't really see the iridescent or opalescent type of hue that we're gonna get with this, but it's gonna add just a little bit of a shimmer, okay? So for those of you that don't want a lot of sparkle, you're not ready for the glitter flake, you're not ready for those rhinestones to be back, Chroma Twill is a great option to not only capture that classic look of twill, but add just a little bit of a pop that's a little unique. So staying with our red flock on top, we're definitely going to make sure that there's some consistency here. We're going to add silver Chroma Twill to the bottom. Now this time we are using a Sport Tech jacket. It has a little bit of a puff to it, so it has some nice insulation. But we're going to be printing on the back, and I am going to keep my tag-along platen in here. So with our Chroma Twill, let's talk application instructions, okay? So with Chroma Twill, it's 302 degrees and it is a 20-second application. I'm gonna keep this very consistent with the way I did soft flock. So 10-second application, 20-second top press for my flock. Now, this is also a cold peel, so we do want to make sure that this material has cooled down. And as we are removing our carrier from our soft flock, we want to make sure that we aren't going to have any lift happening. So it's important just to be careful. Find my center. I am going to pre-press. As you can see, we've got some wrinkles. I've got some lines right here, and I really want to make sure that we're not going to have that in our transfers. So I'm going to go a little bit further than 5 fingers down, so a little bit wider than a hand. And I'm only going to pre-press for about 5 seconds. So I'm going to pop open my auto, and now we are good to go. Now remember, this is going to be a cold peel, so a little bit of patience with this. In the production setup, you could easily apply all of your Chroma Twill, pull that aside, and then peel once you are ready to go ahead and apply your soft flock. And I'm going to pull this away, that way we cool down just a little bit faster. Okay, so sliding our garment back on. And then, like I said, we're just going to make sure when we peel that everything is adhering correctly, and that looks beautiful. Top application of our soft flock. And because I do have some exposure right here of the Chroma Twill, I'm going to put a cover sheet on top of that. Now, this is the part that might be a little tricky, right? We just want to make sure that we're not going to have any lift on the Chroma Twill, but we also want to make sure our soft flock is nice and adhered. All right, to simplify and clarify our application instructions, let's keep this simple and easy, right? Soft flock, single color, is applied at 311 degrees for 15 seconds. That's one layer, with a warm peel and a medium pressure. When you're layering 2 products of soft flock and soft flock, the first application is going to apply for 10 seconds, and then that top layer is going to be applied for 15 seconds. Still at 311 degrees, medium pressure, and a warm peel. Now the application with Chroma Twill, that one got a little different, saying that there was a lower application temperature, but we stayed consistent at that 311 for both our soft flock and our Chroma Twill. Chroma Twill was tacked down for about 5 seconds, and then our soft flock was fully applied for 20 seconds, saying that's what the Chroma Twill needed for that full application time. Chroma Twill on its own applies at 302 degrees for 20 seconds, medium pressure, and it's a cold peel. If you have any questions on applications, you can definitely head to our website to check out all of the details and the user guide for each of our products, or reach out to customer service if you have any questions. So, like I said from the very beginning, soft flock is extremely easy to use, and it's even easier to layer. Here's what it turned out like with our Chroma Twill as our background and our soft flock as our foreground. As you can see, there's a little bit of shimmer. There's some more texture in terms of mimicking twill, and of course the texture of the flock. Now this gives it just a little bit of a pop on a very standard traditional sports style jacket, but for say the spirit world, or really just kind of wanting a different pop for whatever sport, this is another great option. Of course, you can stay traditional and go flock on flock and really help create that applique look without any type of stitching, and of course getting a little bit of texture along the way. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Happy decorating. Kelly Walters here, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.